everyone. How's everyone going? Oh, hey, the ad started going first click. Hey, Demon. Scarlet Hollow Day. Yep, you win. Hello. So how have you been? Still at work? Yeah, you got the work debuff. Sucks. I'm just doing a big stretch before stream. How's work going, Morgan? Usually I'd try to like come up with something to talk about before stream because, you know, I got the ads going, but I don't have anything. Nothing's been happening. Tired. Oh, that's... wait. That's not good. Your job is driving. Hello, Le Potato. Welcome in. We're playing that horror game again today. We're starting a new game. Actually, let's... Wait, my tags are wrong. Hang on. Let's take out blind playthrough and first playthrough. There we go. I set those tags ages ago. And I just haven't been updating them. Okay, so let's go over here. Oh wow, I'm little. Hang on. That is the wrong thingy. There we go. I shrunk too much. Okay, so apparently you... Here, let me get my controller. I don't know why I insist on using a controller for a visual novel. I'm good, how are you? And I want to be over here, so I'm not covering up any of the text. Okay. You're good? That's good. I hope you stay that way. Yeah, I had always just stopped before this, so I didn't know that this was a thing. Like, that was my second playthrough. Anyway, congratulations for finishing all the episodes currently available in game. You've unlocked Hardcore Mode. Hardcore Mode allows you to select 3 traits at character creation, but you'll no longer be able to use your traits to avoid the consequences of major decisions. This penalty only applies to hardcore runs. Have fun if you dare. If you'd like to continue with this world, stay in episode 5. Please save the game now. I did. Hardcore Mode. Every trait in Scarlet Hollow provides an opportunity to avoid making a game-defining sacrifice. Hardcore Mode removes these opportunities, but you'll be able to select a 3rd trait. Even with your new abilities, this is the darkest world state. But click and continue, you agree to suffer. Disclaimer, your name is... I was gonna write in hard Tassie, but like then the characters would be calling me that, so you live in the city of... Oh man, man, look at all the background. Hardsville. Okay, 3 traits. Book smart, street smart, talk to animals. You can talk to animals, animals can talk to you, a gift and a curse. Hardcore in a visual novel game. Right, this is the first time I've seen difficulty in a visual novel. Hang on. The game's not all the way to the edge. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, that's like it does. Street smart, good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker, you can read people and read the room. No door can hold you. They actually added it for April Fools. That's cool. Well-read and rational, possesses a wealth of esoteric knowledge and knows when to use it. A talented researcher. Okay. Hey, let me have a drink. Let me double check that the ads are over. Yes, they are. Wait. Oh, okay. That's why the game was... Okay, let me Windows it again. There we go. I have to finish my visual novel. Oh, you're making a visual novel? Tell me about it. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. A lot of people have been begging to be able to play with every trait, and this was the dev's compromise. Ooh. Oh, you have to finish the one you bought. Which one? What did you buy? The long-lost cousin, the bad news. The 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. Of course she did. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Actually, before we go further, let's have a squiz at the achievements. Explore every room of the estate before going in town. We can just do that right off the bat. The first game I bought Persona right after it, so I didn't get time to finish it. The non-existence of you and me. I haven't heard of that one. It sounds good though. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying, I love how the game starts with this guy. He's just the worst. I love him. Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking to you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when he started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing unusual prank stuff, pushing joggers into the harbour, that sort of thing. Oh, nice! Street smart, feign an illness. You begin to cough and your eyes start to water on command. Pretending to be sick has always been one of the better ways to get people to leave you alone in strange places. Oh, are you sick? That's alright, I'm pretty sure I've already had whatever you've got. I'm sick all the time. Gotta keep my immune system on its toes, It didn't work. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbour all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me for real, and geez, you ever get so mad you want to, like, kill somebody? Stop trying to get a rise out of me. I'm so petty I joined the fandom too late to buy the limited time Bus Guy shirt. I want a year. Oh man, that was actually merch. I want it. Stop it. Huh? Stop what? Whatever it is you think you're doing right now. You know what I'm talking about. This whole corner, a stranger on the bus and try to make them uncomfortable act. I'm not playing along. All right. Maybe I never really wanted to kill her, even if I threatened it a little bit. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. Man, even with street smart, you can't get this guy to stop talking. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Oh, I get to... Hey driver, how much longer till the next... Yeah. Have you thought about seeing a therapist? Maybe it would help if you talked with someone about these feelings. Someone professional, aka not me. I'm not licensed or anything, but it seems like you might have a personality disorder. It might be worth looking into. Nah, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. Bus strangers are the best therapists. I feel a lot better after talking to you. Oh my god, I didn't... Pay me then! Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? Scarlet Hollow. Oh, the hollow, huh? That's what they call the hollows up in the mountains, you know? I had a couple of buddies that went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the hollow, you see, and there's always a job listing or two in the boards around here. I never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. He can pay you in boiled peanuts. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Ha! Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you didn't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles to his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. Got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you can use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. You know what? We're doing we're peanut allergy run. Let's go. I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Oh, huh, these could probably kill you then, couldn't they? Well, like I said, I'm done carrying them. They're yours. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble out through the bottom of the bag and into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Gross. And just like that, you're alone. The stranger's peanuts soaking into the seat across from you. You do your best to hold your breath as the bus rattles to your destination. I ate them last run. We had powerful build and went, ooh, free protein, and immediately ate them. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. If we can take them and offer them to... I didn't know that. I will have to do that. God, there's so many options. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking out the dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this phase behind. Hey, Tazzy. So, I hope you know, I am going to take every opportunity to try and kill myself via peanuts. I want to know if it's an option. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Hey, Tabitha. Come on, let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. The way to describe them feels like I would become allergic to peanuts if I ate those. Doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get through it. Get to the good stuff. Decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. The devs had said there might be death endings later. Death by Peanuts would be so fun, right? Here it is, a Scarlet estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in grey cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. A jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. So do we lie to her? Or okay, book smart. The architecture here is breathtaking. Chateau-esque style reminiscent of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Rude. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name's Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. I have a street smart lie. I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually allergic to peanuts. Then I guess you'll just be having plain old regular J's, or you can deal with your own food while you're in town. I don't care which. Alright, what's next? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. I get to talk to Frou Frou. Hi, don't try to pet Frou Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Ne me parlez pas. Of course she's French. Ah, vous parlez Francois. Your French is terrible, disgusting. How dare you defile my language with your clumsy American tongue. I can't do French, by the way. Very funny. Her name sounds French. Stop wasting my time and let's finish the tour. Yeah, from Tabitha's point of view, we just talked French at her cat. I love this. We once again follow Tabitha through a long dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom? No, where did Tabitha get a French cat? I have no idea. Maybe it's imported. Maybe Frou Frou just thinks that she's French. Guest bathroom, not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room and mystery stains paint the floor. I just noticed that the bin's full. Like, she could have at least emptied the bin for the guest. The pile of toilet rolls that is familiar to my own bathroom. What a wonderful bathroom. I absolutely love it. I've always wanted one of those bathtubs with the little feet on it. Glad you like it. The bathtub is an extremely valuable antique. Scram, fellas, the jig is... Oh my god, the bugs talk. Bugs skitter from the ball as you lift the seat. Toilet is a toilet, sure, it could be cleaner. I talk to the cockroaches. I love that. Next up, guest bedroom. Last up on the tour, follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is the way you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. This is incredible. How'd you know how much I love cherubs? That chest is to die for. Once more, you surprised me with your discerning taste. Every last bit of furniture in this room is a genuine antique handed down through the family for generations. I guess I'll get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. There wouldn't have to be a library in the estate, would there? Oh, I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits. And the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. I'll let her leave. Are you all set then? See you tonight. Cousin leaves for the front door, and now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Let's explore. Go straight to the forbidden wings of the estate. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the forbidden wings of the estate. But I know, right? Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. An insurmountable obstacle for most, but a mild inconvenience for you. Break into the forbidden wings of the estate. As the locks fall, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. The forbidden wings are yours to explore. Enter. Oh, hang on, I never did my... Hang on, I have to do my immersive lighting. We can't have spooky vibes without spooky vibes. There we go. You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. It's clear that the chaos of nature is doing its best to reclaim this place. Years of detritus have piled here like gathering leaves, and the tiled floor has been torn apart, destroying the order that once made this place beautiful. The piano you heard from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Wherever it is, it's nearby. Maybe it's just a self-playing model, or maybe you aren't as alone here as you thought. Examine the painting. We have a family tree. Make your way over to the painting covering the far wall. It's a family tree. Angry scratches cover the space where your mother should be. So that's her there. Oh, little Tabitha. Wait, we actually see Pearl Ann here? Tabitha hasn't put the wings on for Pearl Ann, I see. Alexandra, that's who was in our room? Guessing it's Wayne at the piano. Probably. We get to say hi, maybe. You make it, yeah, figure out where the piano is coming from. As far as you can tell, there are 3 exits to the ballroom. There is, of course, the door you came through, and on your far right is a door beyond a broken floor, a dead end. Across the room from where you entered is the 3rd and final exit, a glass doorway you can just barely make out behind a pile of broken furniture. You move to investigate it more closely. As you approach, the plain glow grows clearer. Without a doubt, the piano is behind this door. Try to clear the furniture blocking your the doorway. Though you try with all your might, it's just too heavy for you to do anything more than but. Okay, so we got to come here with street smarts and powerful build. You return to the entrance of the sealed wing and carefully reattach the locks. After what you've seen and heard in the ballroom, you weigh how much longer you should even stay in the estate on your own. Oh, I really want to get in there. I am really tempted to like start a new save with those traits just to do this bit. No, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Now your cousin and gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Dresser, I gotta talk to the possums. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It's quiet but angry. You know, I mentioned our room might have been Vivian's, but with the Alexandra doll and Mary Bell painting and knowing they both died disappeared young, I wonder if our room used to be Edwardine's? Oh. Maybe. Huh. Afraid! Ooh. There was a piano playing in the sealed-off part of the estate. Do you know who or what was playing it? The opossum shivers. Bad place. Not safe. Dustin, no visit. What are you doing in my drawers? Warm. Dark. Fashion your clothes into a nest. You poor thing. You look cold in here. You gently lay your clothes on top of the creature, arranging them in a little nest. Dustin closes his mouth somewhat more at ease than before and looks up at you with his shiny black eyes. Human is kind to Dustin. Dustin will remember this. I love Dustin. I would die for Dustin. You close the drawer, satisfied with yourself for a job well done. And the painting on the wall. Never heard of her. We just looked at the family tree. We could probably identify her. Mary Bell Scarlet. Oh, that's enough. Jelly sandwich. We gotta eat the goop. Dustin will remember this, yeah. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you probably need to find some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. Hi, Frou-Frou. Frou-Frou hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Someone or something was playing the piano in the sealed-off part of the estate. What is that expression? Curiosity killed the cat? Keep poking your head where it doesn't belong and you might not keep it for very long. But what do I know? I'm only a cat myself. Can you tell me about Tabitha? It's the first time I've met her. Spare me your life story. Tabitha at least knows not to bother me. Do you like living here? I despise small talk. If you want to take the hint, I suppose I'll have to take things into my own hands. Frou-Frou lunges at your hand and bites you hard. Yeah, we did kind of overstep her boundaries. Our bad. Janie, stay out. Okie dokie. Examine old takeout. Why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in a styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. The substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. Eat it. What is wrong with me? What kind of horrible goblin would do this, you think to yourself as you dip your hands into the goop? Save? Why? It's thicker than expected, almost spongy. You scoop some up into your wretched claw of a hand and slowly bring it towards your mouth, allowing its musk to permeate your senses before slime fills your mouth. Don't worry, there's no deaths. There's no bad endings. It tastes like rot, even the smell of decaying mulch and burning leaves and fish heads festering on the beach. It feels even worse, like your mouth is full of slugs. Yet. So it's fine for now. The takeout's not going to kill me. You can almost feel it writhing in there, though perhaps that's just your own tongue convulsing in disgust at what you've done. Swallow it. You swallow the slime. You've done it, and there's no going back now. It slid down your throat like a mass of wriggling worms. Your gag reflex tries to reject it one final time before it passes into your stomach, but your will is stronger. A layer... Oh, I'm having to suppress the urge to gag just reading it. A layer of waxy residue now coats the inside of your mouth and throat, and your teeth squeak with a slippery film, making it impossible to forget what you've done. It's so gross. I can't speak French. Did something break in that tiny brain of yours? You have a feeling that the consequences for this action will be severe. A problem for future you to worry about. Take the jelly. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly. Carefully checking its expiration date, you breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some bread. Better close this fridge and keep looking. Oh, hi Jeff. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Take peanut butter. Death in a jar, and 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches to boot. Take bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. Only things you need now are plates and a knife. You sure there's no desk? Pretty sure. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your jelly sandwich. Time to get to work. Close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make that jelly sandwich. Even though you've already eaten God knows what from the fridge, a ravenous form quickly sets to work making a jelly sandwich. A job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. I'm done here. Don't worry, if there were deaths, I would have definitely found them by now. Good point. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? May as well head to town? There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd had known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, then maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Ooh. Music. It's really pretty out here. Oh, that's what the music's about. It's really pretty out here, but your serenity is quickly overcome by a sudden urge to puke. The slime wants out. Not yet. You're not going to let the slime get the best of you. You think to yourself as you muster up every last ounce of willpower and force it back into your guts. You're safe for now, but there's no telling how long it will last. Okay, is there a particular time you want me to let it out? You better tell me in advance because of the delay. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called us, probably seen better days, because my instinct is to puke on Stella. Dinah. Okay, Dinah. Still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Hey, Gretchen! Gretchen, come back, quit bothering strangers. Why, I do declare, who is this stranger? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. Yes, I love that the slime has its own music. The excitement of meeting this new stranger causes your stomach to churn. Once more, the slime is making its escape. Force it back down. I can do this all day, you think to yourself as you struggle once more to force the slime back into your stomach. You succeed, but you don't think you'll manage to pull this off again. I thought I could do this all day. The music is amazing, right? Slime theme song. Hey, are you okay? You don't look so great. Yep, all good here. Phew, that's good to hear. For a second there, I thought you were going to puke on me. Anyways, I'm Stella. Nice to meet you. Not often I see a strange face up in the hollow. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Street smart. I wouldn't be caught dead at a funeral. Very funny, but I'd recognize those sunken eyes and rigid cheekbones anywhere. That scarlet blood runs thick. We actually have a canonical appearance. It's amazing. We have sunken eyes and rigid cheekbones. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. Even though we just met a couple of hours ago, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about her. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go at things. She and her mum were really close. Were they, though? You think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself? It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Gretchen! Before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Frou-Frou. How does that monster fare? Yeah, I've met Frou-Frou. She might think she's so much better than me, but I will get her to let me pet her, even if it's the last thing I do. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? There's a lot of lies for street smart. I'm joking. If I could actually talk to animals, do you think I'd just do that in front of people? I'd be way more discreet than that. Couldn't have people knowing my secret. Yeah, of course. That'd be ridiculous. You and Stella have maintained silent, awkward eye contact. I don't think she likes me much. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only do I still draw a breath, that I very much still plan to outlive her. Street smart is just a lying trick, yeah. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and I've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Biscuits, your treat? Hell yeah. Awesome, let's go. Avery. The pleasant aroma of crazy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. With all eyes on you, your stomach starts to churn again. The slime music. The slime refuses to be contained. You've held it back too long and it yearns to be free with a force more powerful than your comprehension. As it barrels through your esophagus, you spot a small trash can. You aim for it as best you can before the slime erupts from your mouth. Patient Zero puke in front of the whole town. Some of it made it in, but much of your vomit and bile still splattered across the entryway of the diner, all while every pair of eyes in the place was on you. As someone rushes out of the kitchen with a mop and bucket, Stella hurries you to a booth. Hi everyone, this is Tabitha's cousin. She's here for the funeral and I guess she's not feeling very well. Favorite achievement. I made an amazing first impression. You feel frozen in place as you come to your senses. Is there anyone in this entire town who hasn't seen the contents of your stomach? This is humiliating. You need to do something about it, and you need to do something fast. Pretend like nothing happened. If you just don't make a big deal out of this, it won't become a big deal. People buy confidence, and you're here to sell it. You puff off your chest and slide into the booth. Looks like your entrance is probably a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Are you feeling okay? Do you need anything? That was the most humiliating experience of my life. Don't mind me, just trying to cope with the most humiliating experience of my life. Oh, don't worry about it. Sure, not a lot happens here, so folks won't be liable to forget about this, but you'll be the talk of the town. But seriously, these are good people. They won't hold it against you. I know I have certainly been there more times than I'd like to count, and nobody seems to bat an eye around me. Hey, stranger. Hope you're feeling better. And Stella, I already went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. Thanks, Avery. They quietly placed a cup of coffee on the table in front of Stella. I need some bacon for the little lady. For me? For me? Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. For her. So let's get a biscuit. I'll have a biscuit, please. I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Oh, and sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyway, the funeral's not until Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. And I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. I should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. It's a shame that reading adventures for kids are decided for something to do at the library. Just because it's for kids doesn't mean it isn't fun. The Oscar's all about keeping things on theme, so this month it's a bunch of ghost stories. I think it's calling it Spooky Bookies, you know, like how a ghost would say it. I love that. Oh my god, that's perfect. Cool, we should check it out this week. But that's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you want to do for the rest of the week? What's your angle here? My angle? I would never have an angle. She definitely has an angle. Okay, so my job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there too. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Is there nothing else coming for me? Gosh, if I had known that plate of bacon would be my main and only course, I would have waited before digging in. It's just drool now. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. You didn't have to do that. No worries. Hope you enjoy it. You pick out the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy and nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa. I'm not going to lie and say it's... No. Wow, this is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. Oh yeah, we couldn't do the first achievement. Let's see what else we can go for. Walk with Stella into the mines. That's chapter 2. I'll keep that in mind. So Estella mentioned she's famous. Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Wow, that's rad. Never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Oh, thanks, nothing much. Pays the bills, but it's mostly a passion project, you know? She's selling herself short, Dazzy. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be the river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't spend much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. I just heard there's been a coyote spotted in the past 2 days at the store. Are coyotes, like, dangerous? Is that a bad thing or, like, a good thing? But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. The size and shape of the creature's body tells you it's likely a predator, and it's definitely not a wolf. You seem to recall the mountain lions used to live up here. Who's to say if there aren't a few left? Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it would be twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. It was a mountain lion. I could smell its stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. As far as I know, coyotes aren't too dangerous to people, but they can be dangerous to other animals, especially house pets, chickens. You better keep your cats inside. It's a mountain lion. You such take Gretchen's word for it. I think that's a mountain lion. You can kind of make out its little kitty cat ears. No way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat, and there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And it's too short to be a mountain lion. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for many years to come. So speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm going to go after the... Wait, no spoilers. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See you all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Heck yeah, Skunk Ape is hilarious. I saw a docu-special on it once. Stinky Bigfoot. Right? It should be a pretty fun video. It's hard to be serious when you're talking about something that's famous for smelling bad. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? It depends. Are you going to be there, Gretchen? Oh, naturally, I wouldn't want any misfortune to befall my beloved Stella. I want to stay by her side through thick and thin, however odd her passions may be. Of course, it's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more, I'm in. It's going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll be kind of like a blast from the past. I miss those too. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Yeah, good luck with that. You'd have better luck with Kanika. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Dilla pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by or? Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind. Oh, I was just calling to ask if you want to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang man, that sounds awful. Hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Aw, that look on her face. It's heartbreaking. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. Looks like it's just me and you, Val. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, 10 years or so. But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, you'll love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. Love to meet you, friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good second impression. After all, you just pooped your guts out in front of half the town. Leave a generous tip. I'm sorry for puking everywhere. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Tell her turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colours in the sky, fresh air fills your lungs, and pleasant songs of crickets trill around you as night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face, and Gretchen plodding along in front without a care in the world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. The past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days, each summer's the hottest yet until next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. I think I've gone through all of these already. Let's move on. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, Duke, you rascal. I love Duke's theme. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for away out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. Who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't... Is that? Yep. I see. Welcome to the Hollow. My condolences. Keep you in my prayers. Now both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? Especially steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter. I won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? Never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damned camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did, but I have yet to see a shredder proof you listened to any of it, the way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunker bungers or whatever have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I left 3 this week and I can't afford to lose many more than that. Huh. Wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. There ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods for as long as I have. These sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. But I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hadn't been actual sightings since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. It's true, there are mountain lions out here, sure as sin. They pee on all the best trees. Can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-aged Boy Scouts have been 100% confirmed. Your Appalachian cougars are some sort of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. I'm sorry, Duke, I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. Yeah, what? If you find a mountain lion, don't kill it. If there are any in the Appalachians, they'd be highly endangered. Killing one might actually be a crime. At the very least, it'd be a crime against nature. A crime? What about the crimes they committed against me and my chickens? Ain't murder one of the worst crimes you can commit? I'm just serving justice where it's due. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. That mountain lion killed to live. You're killing for revenge. The mountain lion? I'm going on a tirade. If we know someone who has tranquilizers, that is true. The mountain lion, if it is a mountain lion, killed to live. You're killing for revenge. One is much worse than the other, if you're asking me. Why can't you let it be and get a bigger fence for your chickens or something? I've already practically walled the things in. Them damn cougars chewed the fence apart. They're killing machines, and I gotta stop them before they take any more of my precious little ladies. My chickens are like family to me. I was there to see them hatch, and I can't stand to see another taken before her time. But I've got to film tonight. The video don't need to have to be... We've all got our own thing we're getting worked up about. The video needs to be out by tomorrow morning so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you all well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. Fine. I see you won't be moved, and I respect that. Come on, Tazzy, let's go back to town. Maybe my viewers won't be too angry with me. About time. Have a nice night, y'all. Getting on my tirade. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that will let us get around him. Okay, lead the way. Yes, and trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or a shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. All right, this looks like a good shot. Am I holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Tazzy, and I find our way on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. They're mostly encountered in Florida. This possible relative of Bigfoot has been... Hang on, let me get a drink. I'm getting tongue-tied. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. He's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellas. And keep digging, Gretches. She has her own sign-off and fan name. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. The nature out here is incredible. I'm so used to only seeing pigeons and rats. I can't wait to whip out my copy of Guide to the Birds and Wildlife of Western North Carolina and go to town on some identifications. You might wind up being a little disappointed. I feel like it's been quiet around here the past week or so. I guess everyone is flying even more south for the winter, or maybe they've been scared off. Maybe by a very bad smell. A bad smell attached to a mysterious ape. Hydrate, yep, I'll do extra hydrates. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud percussive snort. It's a deer, and this noise means that it's alerted the rest of its herd to the danger. It's a deer, isn't it? Sure is, let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Yep. Okay, everything's okay. Jeff, what the heck? Someone tried to turn my computer off again. God damn it. Okay, so I've got a Jeff in my arms, and we're just gonna have to deal with that because this is the safest place for him, apparently. You and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods. She reaches for her flashlight. Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth? Oh, that's the deer! A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Yeah, I'd be scared too, Gretchen. That was terrifying. The acorn becomes the oak, becomes the rich rot that swaddles the acorn. The cycle that is stretched is not the cycle that is broken. A deer, and there is something uncouthly fake and vile to its odors. Let me at him. How dare he infringe upon my dearest Stella's personal space? Let me at him. Your souring husk will feed the coming world. This is good. And then it's gone. That's a weird deer. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. And they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? I think that deer was threatening us. Or warning us. I think it was just sick. That thing on its face, I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. But there's not much we can do about it. Well, that was scary. It's never too late to turn back. I don't actually think I'm really cut out for this sort of thing. Those deer genuinely spooked me. I don't know if you want me weighing you down. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sounds of the forest yet. When you go on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like some horrible monster that's just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits. But eventually you realize it's mostly deer and raccoons, which probably won't go after you. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into the night's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Unfortunately, it looks like there's peanuts in the trail mix. I'm allergic to peanuts. Oh, yikes. I'm so sorry. There are only peanuts in the trail mix, but I totally get if everything in my backpack makes it all off limits. I'll try and keep that in mind. Let's take a snack bar. You grab a snack bar. Excellent choice, a good source of energy and chocolate. Plus I made them myself, and friendship is the best ingredient. It really complements the cherries and cashews. Am I okay with cashews? You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in Hardsville. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Tassie. Okay, well, we did the difficult roommate. Let's do internet cafe. You know about internet cafes? It's kind of a Japanese thing. They're little cubicles with computers in them that you rent by the hour. Oh yeah, sure. I watched a documentary on them once. Turns out the cubicles are actually cheaper to rent than an actual apartment in Hardsville, especially once you factor in commuting time and utilities. So I thought, why not? It's not the best decision I've made. In fact, if I had a list of every decision I've made, it would probably be towards the bottom of it. There isn't real privacy. I have to leave for long periods of time to make sure the staff don't get too suspicious. I'm sure they're onto me, but I think they've taken pity and decided to keep it between us. I also had to make it so everything I could own could fit in a backpack. I'm homeless. So I don't have much in the way of possessions, but hey, minimalism is in these days, right? Anyway, that's me. Wow, that's definitely a unique living situation. I didn't think someone could actually live like that. Do you think you'll do this for a while? I thought about finding a place with roommates, but I haven't really landed on anything yet. Maybe I'll look into it when I get back. Oh yeah? So, what do you do for a living? I did streaming last time. I'm a teacher. Should have gotten food on the way home. Get food. I'm a teacher. I'm in one of those have your debt forgiven in 10 years programs right now, so I won't be in the best financial position for the next decade. Gosh, that's a long time. The kids I teach now will be graduating high school. A teacher. It's such a valuable thing to do with your life. The kids make everything worth it. I love being able to pass on what I've learned to the next generation and learn about TikTok and Roblox girlfriends from them. The low pay doesn't even really matter to me. I wouldn't trade this for anything. A crisp breeze passes over you. You can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. You scan the tree line, but whatever might be out there is nowhere to be seen. I think we're being watched. It might be Skunk Ape. Do your best to pretend it isn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off. Let's go after it. Eager to begin the hunt, are we? That works for me. Try not to make any sudden moves as we pack up. But before either of you can start packing, you're interrupted by a blood-curdling yelp. My stars, what was that? It's showtime. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no kidding. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, watch Gretchen for a moment while I check this out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as he shines a flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Tassie. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. I see it. I see it. It's sweet and kind, a bed of flowers, a nice wind, a gentle gardener. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. Oh. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. It doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out Skunk Ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. I can't believe it. Cryptids aren't supposed to be real. Yeah, I'm pumped, but we won't get to find out what it is unless we catch it. Let's go. Stella sprints into the woods in pursuit, leaving you no choice but to run after her, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Stella! Stella! Ow! Oh good, the monsters will get you first. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Just like my Stella to get overexcited and lose track of herself. Oh no, that poor thing. Must have been one of Duke's. Save the game. Okay. Just in case, good idea. Let's do 5. A new beginning. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Oh, Jesus, it's still alive. I guess we have to roll the camera. Seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. This is so creepy. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this one. Wait, do you hear that? I know that smell. I know that smell. That's old Duke. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go on home? But, Birdie? Birdie, oh no, what's happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, we just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. She smells terrible. Nothing like an animal at all, just like that deer. I can barely even smell the woods anymore. It's all that uncanny plastic stench. Oh, plastic. Jesus H. Christ. Oh, there's a... All these animals have... The street smart and talk to animals? All these animals tonight have been saying some real crazy shit. The hell are you on about? What a horrid thing to witness. It's like they've all gone mad. If this happens to me, I wouldn't want to live like that. You were joking about being able to talk to Gretchen earlier. You're still joking, right? We should maybe talk more about that later. Dude, if we saw the thing that got a hold of her. Got it on camera too. I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? You know there ain't no such thing. None of this world, that's for certain. What a disgusting thing it was. Unappetizing in every sense of the word. Do you think we should put her down? Maybe it's for the best. Going to sleep is sometimes a mercy. Something wrong with your head? We're absolutely not putting her down. We're getting her help. As you, Duke, and Stella take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you, gently at first, barely a whisper, but then a guttural moan, and then another and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. There's something out there, all around us. I can smell it. There are so many of them. I think we should get out of here. Agreed. We've all had enough excitement. Come on, Birdie. Let's get you home. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming again. As Duke scoops out the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? The gardeners come to mend and nurture. Let me blossom and sprout. Let me become. You feel a tightening in the leash pulling at you from behind. Don't you step another foot closer, or I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be his eyes on Bertie, tucked under Duke's arm. Stella, there's another one. The leash is drawn fully taut and there is a sudden looseness. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from the bush. Oh my God. What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural feet and then chaos. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit, shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird! Okay, so I'm gonna save here. Let's do another. Because it's a talk to animals run, I do want to do the rest of the run with Gretchen because she's amazing. But I think I want to help Duke first and then come back. I just want to see what happens. You rush forward, shoving the awful thing away from Duke and Birdie. Your hands collide with smooth, doughy, unstructured flesh. It feels like you've just shoved a loose bag of organs. It barely staggers back, the shove having done little more than shift the thing's attention to you. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. And now it lies in a heap on the ground, its malformed insides oozing out into the dead leaves. Got him. Damn thing. Gretchen! You both turn just in time to see Gretchen disappear into the underbrush. Her yelps grow distant as she's dragged away. Stella wastes no time in diving after her, rushing headlong into the dark woods. Damn it, Stella, come on, we can't lose her. The two of you chase after her, following Stella in her pursuit of the thing that stole her dog. Good God, there's tons of the damn things. You and Duke push to keep pace with Stella's desperate footfalls, doing your best to ignore the sudden abundance of pale faces leering at you from the trees. What the hell are they? Where are they coming from? Oh my God. This is some Uzumaki shit. His question is seemingly answered when you burst through the trees and into a clearing. Stella, too, was stopped by the sight and smell of what has been arranged here. She stands with you at its edge, overlooking the bizarre pattern of animal corpses, their rot flavoring the air. Gretchen is among them, the newest addition to the ring, lying paralyzed and whimpering under one of the creatures. Its pale, doughy form is crouched protectively over its couch. It has already started its work. Stella, I can't see you, but I can smell you. Stella, my darling, you feel so worried. If only you could see what I see now. The ground's gone bad, but the gardeners are here to fix it. Gretchen! She tries to step forward, but Duke holds her back. I don't like this either. Duke, give me your gun. We can't let them have Gretchen. Figures appear at the edges of the clearing. They are surrounding you. Shit. No, Tazzy. Gretchen is my dog. I'll take the shot. Duke. Duke cautiously hands off the gun to Stella. She levels it at her dog. Soon flowers will bloom from this desolate earth. I can smell them already. If only you could smell them too, then you wouldn't be so sad. She's not going to get like Birdie. I won't let that happen. This is horrible. Stella, don't cry. Everything is going to be okay because everything has always been okay, and everything will be okay because everything has always been. This sucks so bad. Do what has to be done or bear witness to it. It's so creepy with talk to animals. Holy shit. She only hesitates for a moment before pulling the trigger. The shot rings out over the clearing. The creatures scatter at the sudden noise, and the three of you run as well, driven by the feeling that they won't be gone long. Their voices still murmur in the trees around you. Yeah. Looks like that's an option at some point. My truck's parked out on the trail. Let's get the hell out of here. Gretchen! Duke leads the charge back to the woods through the creatures, though the creatures clearly aren't done with you. They fill the woods round the path, leaning out with grasping hands, their stares fixed on Birdie. They want Birdie, Duke. They can want what they want, but it don't mean they're getting it. You make it to the road, but 3 of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. Please, please, you damn me, let me go home. Let me go home. They're protecting their nest. You have to give them Birdie. They won't let us leave until you give them Birdie. Tassie's right, Duke. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, you sons of bitches? Fine, take her. Take her and leave us be. Duke. Now, Stella, I know you got trouble with vehicles, but I won't hear any nonsense about you walking back to town, you hear? Get in the truck. You sense the slightest bit of hesitation as Stella pauses on the path next to you. Okay. You squeeze into Duke's tiny 2-seater truck, tucking your legs on either side of the gear shift. For such a gregarious person, Stella is eerily quiet right now. Yeah, she does. Okay, let's go back to the other one. Get the thing away from Gretchen. But that never happened. We've all witnessed it never happened. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Tazzy, my hero! Yet time travel! You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Exactly. Duke? Blood! Blood! My heavens, I smell blood! Oh, yeah, I'm glad that God, I am so glad that was only a glimpse. You get to see the horror, but you don't have to keep watching it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what do we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. There, step 1 is done. Gretchen is safe. Great. Okay, step 2. What's step 2? Street smarts, hide the body. Stella, we need to get our stories straight. Duke had a hunting accident by himself. But people need to know about these things. Duke's family deserves closure. The town deserves to know what's out here. Maybe the cops will help. It's going to be a lot harder for them to believe what really happened than to decide that stranger from the big city came into town and shot someone. It would be too easy for them to pin this on me. You're right. I barely caught anything. But if we got more footage, if we got a clearer shot of these things, maybe if we follow that blood trail... No, Stella. You know what? Let's see. Lead the way. There are more of them, a lot more of them. They leer at you from the trees, no longer hiding as they bellow their warnings out into the night. Stella films as she runs, narrating to an invisible audience. We're being pursued, I think, by these weird things. It seems they're all riled up from what just happened. And Birdie's there instead. The two of you come to a stop at the edge of a clearing. Okay, we seem to have found a nest or a crop circle, a bit of animals. God, that smell. The air here is flavored with rot, a pervasive stench rising up from the spiral of corpses that pattens the rock. Birdie has been placed among them, her body laying still as the creature crouches protectively over her. Stars above, is this wretched place where they wanted to take me? Ew. At the sound of the dog's disquiet, the creatures flow out of the woods and surround the clearing. Dead eyes peer out from pale, doughy faces, watching the two of you and the small, terrified dog. Got enough footage yet? Yeah, I think we can get out of here now. The two of you take a few steps back from the clearing, then turn and start running together back through the woods, driven by a deep animal instinct to get away from whatever those things are. They're everywhere. God, how many of these things are there? They reach out to you from between bushes and tree branches, grasping for anything they can get a hold of. They're housed, feeling the night. We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road, and the whispers fade back into the sounds of nature. Sounds like they've stopped following us. That horrid stench is certainly gone. Are you sure we shouldn't call the cops? After seeing that nest, call away. Be my guest. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. Feel a buzz in your pocket. Where are you? Where the hell did you go? It's kind of weird. I would have taken Tabitha for a speaks in like perfect like grammar in text, but she has the U and the R. 6 missed calls from Tabitha and 13 text messages. Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the police. Stella calls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl, it's Stella Richmond. I'm up in the mountain of the Askina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. Happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's gonna tell Bo? I guess now we wait. Takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrived at the scene. Out of it walked 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See, right there, a thing jumps out of the woods, then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. A whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle? They killed Duke. Now we're gonna have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. Stella gave in to their request suspiciously easily. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I, please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you and... Who are you exactly? Anastasia. She came into town today for the funeral. Oh, right, I remember now. Puked all over the diner. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. But what about Stella? She hates being in those wheeled contraptions. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their squad car. You are just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Ugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. For such a gregarious person, Stella is unusually quiet as the car makes its way down the pitch-black mountain road. Oh, my poor Stella. Neither one of us much likes these awful metal beasts. If only I was able to comfort her. Confound this old man who reeks of coffee for keeping us apart. You sit quietly watching the trees pass by in the light of the headlights. Every now and then you think you see a pale, anguished face staring out at you before it slips back into the darkness. Soon, the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. Tazzy? Sure, you're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Tell her, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into more trouble. I'm getting into all the trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy, and you'll have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. Keep an eye on me. Are they for real? Can't believe I'm a suspect after we showed them that footage. Especially after we risked our hides to find that nest. Told you we shouldn't trust the cops. I can't believe it either. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Nor will I, though I have little understanding of police work. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it will never hold up in court. I won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have and never came across anything like this. There is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mum. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. Let's check on Tabitha. I should probably check in on Tabitha. My friend's place is on the way back, and stopping by shouldn't take long. You sure you don't want to stop in first? I know I wouldn't want to head up that mountain road by myself after everything that's happened tonight. When you put it like that. Sure, let's do it. Awesome, let's go. I'm glad you're sticking it out with us. It's always so nice to have an extra companion. I hope she's still awake. There's something foul creeping up behind us. Tazzy. Jesus. You and Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. Sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who's this? Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Tazzy. Is it okay if we come in? Of course. You're just in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. This place always has the loveliest aromas. It's nice to finally meet you, Tazzy. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the Hollow, and now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Oh, we need your help. Ah, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Go on. Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh, my lord. Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. There's things out there. I don't even know how to describe them. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls out a memory card from her sleeve and pops it into her phone. This must have been why she was so quick to hand over the camera. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this, at least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. The cops wouldn't know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now we can examine the footage for ourselves. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. Kanika? Are we seeing Kanika? You'd better come with Stella. I'm sure she'd be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen is a good potato. Kanika, is it me? Am I the good potato? I most certainly hope I am. Gretchen is a treasure. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? I was helping Stella with a video and something terrible happened. This is Tazzy, Tabitha's cousin, and she's right. It's serious, Kanika. Duke's dead. We caught it on camera. Jesus Christ. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. There's more to that footage than Mr. Calloway's untimely demise. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. I'm not hot this time. She doesn't like me as much. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella? What the hell is this? This is far beyond my ability to contribute. I'll leave the thinking to you humans. I love her. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Tazzy and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? I'm fine, really, I'm okay. You remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. We hope they called Beau, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be much in a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. I didn't like Duke anyways. I agree, those things are still out there. As long as they are, more people are in danger. So very true, but not for the reasons you think. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. Mom, come on, whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Tazzy with this tally pro crap. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. She always said they never hurt people, and despite that grisly scene in the woods. But Duke is dead. Then if these are ditchlings, his death was an accident, or my grandmother was wrong, and she was very rarely wrong. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. So is her grandmother the witch? Is that who she's talking about right now? I'm having trouble, like how much time ago was our flashbacks? To see so many in one place. Sybil holds her silence. Jesus, Mom, haven't they already been through enough? It's okay, Kanika, this is helpful. I don't know if it is. Okay, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw that nest. What were those growths? The animals called them gardeners, not ditchlings. What? That's upsettingly morbid. That being said, it kind of reflects what they're doing, doesn't it? Did you see all those open wounds at that spiraled nests? It's like they were incubating in the local wildlife. There weren't any growths there, so maybe we're looking for some sort of parasitic larval stage, like really big doughy wasps. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Tassie get some rest. I ran her ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I wonder if the estate's garden has anything to do with the ditchlings. Oh, that's a good point. We haven't had a chance to explore it. All the times that we've tried, we've just been like, nah. I'm gonna stay up. This is important. Okay, maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around my usual forums to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you call them? That's right. You go on home now and do try to get some rest. And stay up all night on the online. Where'd the music go? Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Wink. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see ya. Bye, Tassie. There we go. We have sound. It's excellent. Eye is still warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there. Both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. What an unfortunately short visit. Alrighty, let's call it a night. Mind walking me home? And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. I should probably head back before Tabitha has a conniption. You sure you're okay heading back up that mountain alone? Sybil said those things were harmless. I think I'll be okay. It's not far. Hi, Mothman. Welcome in. How are you going? Well, I won't stop you if you really want to go back. Here's my number. Call me when you get there, okay? Good luck. She scribbles a number on a piece of paper before handing it to you. I'll see you tomorrow? Yeah, we're in this together. Doing good. How's the train? It's as good as this game gets. This game is traumatic. We just saw some horrible shit, but I'm enjoying it immensely. Yeah, we are. Stay safe, buddy. Good luck, Tassie. But we can talk to animals, so... and that has been amazing. You begin the long hike back up to the Scarlet estate alone. Almost home. Your salvation in sight, you make a mad dash to the door. Oh, thank God, you're back. Where the hell have you been? I watched a man die tonight. That was my night. I went off into the woods with this girl I met to find some cryptids, and it ended with us watching a man die. Ah, so you met Stella then. Oh, that explains everything. He's gotten you all worked up. Hello, the death? I'm going to bed. See you tomorrow. Okay, good night. You're alone in the estate. The sound of the wind whistling through the house gives you an uneasy feeling in your gut. It's probably best to turn in and try to leave the night behind you. As you collapse onto your mattress, you remember that Stella asked you to call her once you got back. You pull out your phone and call. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different, a warble in her throat. Did you make it back all right? Yeah. How are you? Are you okay? Totally fine. I mean, as fine as I could be, I guess. You don't have to worry about me. Go get some Z's, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Go take him, Mark. From the relatively safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments, for now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Okay, so I think this is a good time for a break. I'm gonna run some ads. I'll still be here. Well, I'm running some ads on the Twitch side. Hydrate, good idea. Yeah, commercial break and stretch, good idea. Big stretch. Finished episode 1 in hardcore mode. Got a whole bunch of. Hang on. Sorry, it's still crunching on my apple. We got a whole bunch of achievements. We got Ravenous Bug, No, Candy from a Baby, and Pasta Puppeteer. Hey, we're 50% through the achievements. I got apple stuck in my teeth. One sec. Okay. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. Oh, yeah. Wait, it actually tells you that Monday Road Gretchen dead. It's in the save name. No, we just saw it. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you are still alive, and for now you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against the tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Let's check on Dustin. You open the drawers to check in on Dustin. Oh good, he's still here. Human is back! Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin, feel good, had a productive night. I see you have bread now. Yes, Dustin found a bread, but Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin. Have you met Frou-Frou? Monster. Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night? Human can also always talk to Dustin. What happened? I love him. The woods are full of big scary monsters. Dustin, understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for human, maybe? Can I have my clothes back? These Dustin clothes now. No give back. Dustin bite if tried to take. Okay, fair enough. They're Dustin clothes. What if I ask nicely, though? Dustin bite. Dustin have big teeth. Nope. You back off before the little opossum can follow through on his threat. You aren't in the mood to catch whatever weird disease opossums in North Carolina might carry. Hey, Tag. We just finished chapter 1 and I'm talking to Dustin. We did both of the endings for chapter 1 and it was horrible. You can kind of guess that. But we did lock in the Gretchen Lives one, but we did check both. Good. Dustin not won't bite, but Dustin will bite. It was nice to catch up, Dustin. See you around. Leave you be. Kay! I love him. You gently close the door. Text Stella. Probably a good idea to check in with your new friend. You can't imagine she's holding up very well. Send picture of a tired cat you found on the internet. Oh my god, I get to see the tired cat. I love it. Wait, it's not even 8 a.m.? What do you mean we're up at earlier than 8 a.m.? Hi, Avenger. Welcome in. It might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Fufu eyes you from her favourite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches, where we bugged her a little bit yesterday, and she bit us. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Gretchen sends her regards. Inform Fufu that Gretchen still draws breath in episode 2. Nice. Yeah, we need to do street smart and powerful build next time so we can move those stuff. And toujours? I don't speak French. I don't know. That Gretchen has not yet returned to whatever vile pit of hell it crawled from. Murder. Truly ours is not a kind god. Yeah, there was someone playing piano, but it was behind a door that had a whole bunch of furniture stacked in front of it, and we weren't strong enough to move it. Yeah, just do a stream achievement. That is the plan. That's the plan. And the current, what's this game about? You're in a town for a funeral. You're in there for a week, and horrible things are happening, and you can't leave for some reason. And it's related to your old-timey rich family. It's like generational trauma, but also actual trauma. That was behind the locked doors in the west wing of the house. We used street smarts to open the lock, but we didn't have powerful build to get past the furniture. Do you know anything about ditchlings? Even if I did, why would I ever tell you anything? And for the record, no, I don't. Now stop bothering me. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? I literally told you that someone died. And you're like, oh, you're hanging out with Stella. That explains everything. Good night. You've only been here 1 day and you've already had a run-in with the cops. I literally told you. I told you I saw someone die last night. So you did. It was late and I was tired and I assumed Stella put you up to a little joke after dragging you into the woods. Anyways, does it really matter? Some old farmer disappeared after going hunting in the middle of the woods at night. So what? So I watched a guy die. Something like that was bound to happen eventually, and frankly, you're lucky it didn't happen to you. Still, they had quite a few questions about you, Tazzy. Before you asked, don't worry, I told them you're an outstanding citizen, but I'd rather not waste my time talking to cops. It's irritating, and this is already a very difficult week. Just don't put anything else on my plate right now, okay? We were chased through the woods by monsters and you're worried about cops? Yeah, I'm worried about the cops. I'm busy and I don't like talking to them. All right, sorry. Good. I gotta get to work. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no? The cat chuckles mockingly. The cat hates me. Text from Stella. It's another tired cat. It's the same tired cat. Hope you're holding up today, or as good as you can with all the stuff we saw last night. I was up most of the night on cryptid forums. No real answers yet. I'm at the library now if you want to join. I have scones. Scones? Say no more. And that's that. Time to start your day. Let's check out the garden. You wander into the garden, hoping to get a little fresh air and perspective before you start your day. It's beautiful, but wildly untamed and overgrown. You wander further into the garden. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse that sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect, with glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued, and most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates is the very peak of the mountain. At the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. There is definitely something about the garden, but you never get an option to explore it properly. Head to town. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountain, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feels less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Look who I found at library. Said she was up all night thinking about the video. Adding you to a group text. Hi, Kanika. I'm only here because it's quieter than the store, or was, lol, and I'm trying to figure out what animal that could be. I don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings, and they are harbingers of doom. Oh, it's not a cut off. It's a tilde. Sounds like they're having fun. Dang, I need those scones. Be right there. Almost back to town. Make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Tazzy. Hi, Avery. We were just talking about you. I picked by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. I'm pretty sure there's an achievement to not tell Avery everything. Let me check. Yeah, let's get coffee with Avery. Keep your options open. Don't tell Avery the truth about last night. Duke had there we go. Duke had a hunting accident. We bumped into Duke a couple of times while we were out there, and he had a hunting accident. Whoa, what? Is he okay? No. I'm afraid Duke is no longer with us, Avery. Holy crap, I can't believe this is the first I've heard of it. Has anyone told Beau? Yes. He's taking it about as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. Can't believe you had to see that, Tazzy. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. Help me on the bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, up to you. See you around, Tazzy. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. There, don't tell... There we go. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. What aren't you telling us? You're awfully relaxed giving everything you told us last night. Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. I've shared what I know about the ditchlings, and I trust that you, Stella, and Kanika have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I am so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Tazzy, and God bless. Probably have a bit of time before you need the library. Now let's just go there. Reading adventure. You enter the former town hall. What must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey, you made it! Yeah, not at all. Head over to Stella's table and settle in. Scones! You made it! Glad you could join us. Indeed, I am elated that you're back. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? Don't worry, Gretchen. I told Frou all about our little adventure last night. Wonderful. I hope she stews on that for a long, long time. Did you just try to talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time. She talked to Gretchen yesterday and said some wildly insightful stuff. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she can actually talk to animals. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. Can I just tell them that I can talk to animals? Morning, Tazzy. You look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Tazzy. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. All those dreadful creatures in every nook and corner. It is a wonder you got even a wink. Can't say I got a wink myself. Yeah, same. You weren't even there. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Your library is incredible. I can't imagine how much work you have to put into maintaining this sort of collection. Oh, thank you. Even Gretchen's giving me a look. Why is everyone surprised that I like the library? It's nice. Hey, Oscar, this is Tazzy. You know, Tabby's cousin. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. Oh, I'm Oscar Gutierrez, chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. You don't look too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know, the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself. What is with that look, Kanika? And Gretchen? You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Kanika's right. There's some weird stuff going on out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They apparently show up around places on the brink of disaster, and they kind of look like if the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Kanika's mum told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. I'm going to go nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. And Richard's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalizing the local wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm going to try calling Rosalina again. Love that Oscar gets the glasses glare thing when he does his thinking throws. Yeah, like, hang on, which one's mine? Oh, shit. Well, what did I just press? Whoops. Okay, How do I get rid of this? Whoop. Okay. Oh, what did I press? There it is. It was F3. Okay, with a log. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Tessie, if you see a 13-year-old girl with black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Grabbed a whole mess of local history books. All right, it's going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Get our snacks, get our books. The research party started. Reading awaits. Okay. Flip through historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Just the thought of reading a book like this would probably put most people to sleep. But you've got a mystery to solve, and to solve it, you need to know everything there is to know about this town. Oh shit, I get to... Okay, all of them. Scarlet Estate. The Scarlet Estate, inarguably the most striking piece of architecture in Scarlet Hollow, looks a lot better in that picture. And the most elaborate and elegant estate in the region prior to the construction of the Biltmore in 1895. Andrew Jackson Scarlet chose the location to be atop a hill in Scarlet Hollow's geographic center so that it might be seen from the town below. It remains a constant reminder of the family who carved Scarlet Hollow from the wilderness and provided wealth and prosperity to its residents. Hospital. First used as a field hospital during the Civil War, it was named for Silas Scarlet's eldest son, who perished in the bloody conflict. It still stands at the end of what is now the residential district of Scarlet Hollow and has served the health of the community for over 100 years. In the late 1800s, as the town prospered from a coal boom, additions were built into the house and it was transformed into a sanatorium, bringing in prestigious clientele from around the world. They believed the fresh mountain air would do them well, and Scarlet Hollow became a tourist destination for patients of all affliction. Is this a clinic? Finally reading, and now you have to read extra. Yeah. Leaving them to all the reading last time this is my punishment. The clinic still operates to this day as a doctor's office and stands as a building of cultural significance. Okay. Scarlet Coal Mines. The original mining facility is no longer standing, having been destroyed in the collapse of 1918. Though the new facility, outfitted with the cutting-edge technology of the industry, is in itself a fine example of practical construction. The first iteration of the mining camp was a true product of its time, and what few photographs exist an interesting peek back at a different era. One can still visit the site of the original Scarlet coal mine, though all that remains are a few abandoned tunnels closed off to the public. This is like all the places that we are going into. I've done the clinic, the coal mine, the town hall. There's the library, so that's here. So something's gonna happen at the church and the Tremaine homestead. Situated on the edge of Scarlet Hollow's farmlands, the Tremaine homestead was one of the earliest settlements in Scarlet Hollow, predating even the town's famous coal mine. Oh, the people that stole the pumpkin! For many decades, the family maintained the largest farm in Scarlet Hollow, but a break in the family led them to split the land in two and the homestead along with it. Despite the many changes made to the two halves of the Tremaine homestead in the subsequent decades, the original log structures are still visible and maintained to this day. So something's going to happen at the farm. They are undoubtedly the oldest buildings left standing in Scarlet Hollow. And something's going to happen at the church. One of the first buildings constructed by the Scarlet family, the Scarlet Hollow First Baptist Church, sits on its original foundation, though the building was reconstructed to accommodate the influx of citizens during the Scarlet Hollow coal boom of the late 1800s. Attendance has dwindled since the infamous mine collapse of 1918, and while the building may have fallen into disrepair, its simple vaulted ceilings still evoke awe to any who enter. Silas Scarlet personally founded the town hall's construction and the first municipal building in the then small community of Scarlet Hollow. It has stood at the end of Main Street since before the Civil War, its white-columned edifice withstanding the ravages of the 1860s and continuing to stand to this day, a stunning piece of antebellum architecture. After the town of Scarlet Hollow switched to a dogmare system of governance, oh, we get to find out about the dogmare system before we meet Jimmy. The building has been put into a different use, though the upstairs still house the town archives and the special ceremonial office for events with the mayor. So the mayor of Scarlet Hollow is a dog. You close the book and put it back. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, Veins of Scarlet, History of the Scarlet Hollow Coal Mines. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as captain in the Confederacy. With my obsession with Avery comes a much lesser obsession with Julius Tremaine. Fun fact, he's actually the guy with the newspaper in the diner on Monday. I'm convinced we'll have to find him in chapter 5 or 6. Hope he's infected with ditchlings. Here's hoping. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Andrew Jackson Scarlet is wild to me. Yeah, like, that's a familiar name. I haven't watched Hamilton, but I've heard about the fandom and like, okay, I know, American figure. Was he like one of the founding fathers? I don't know my American history. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who has taken over for the Enoch V. Scarlet. It's not Roman numerals, not Enoch the Fifth. who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. It's a lot of siblings. Hold up. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose to the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the name Bloody Silas Scarlet. Not a great guy, apparently. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands. Is he like Lincoln? Is Lincoln Scarlet? Occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Okay, so this guy sucks. You're finished with this one. Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Oh my god, there's so many. Holy shit. Okay, let's read about Mothman. The Mothman is a large flying creature generally described as humanoid with glowing red eyes. It was first spotted by a couple in West Virginia in the mid-1960s and was encountered in the region several more times in the following years. The Silver Bridge collapse of 1967 has been linked to a series of Mothman sightings, and it said the presence of the creature served as some sort of omen or was a catalyst that led to the disaster. This has since become an important aspect to Mothman, with sightings of this cryptid often taken as a sign that some misfortune is soon to follow. Jersey Devil, a wyvern-like creature that haunts the New Jersey Pine Barrens. Oh, look at him! Andrew Jackson is a little past Hamilton, but yeah, he was a very early president. Not sure he counts as a founding father, but he would have lived around that time and in one of the Carolina. Mostly known for being a total dick. He got in a lot of fights. He made a would-be assassin with his cane and had to be fired off the guy. That sounds like a character. Okay, yeah, I wasn't... Thank you for the information. I'm sure it is probably going to be relevant. And that sounds sarcastic, but it's not. I actually think it's going to be relevant. Through the Pine Barrens, the place where this creature is said to have been born, are far from the Appalachian wilderness. Sightings of the Jersey Devil have been documented all throughout the forests of the eastern United States. According to popular legend, the Jersey Devil was born to a woman named Jane Leeds. Leeds, upon realizing she was pregnant with her 13th child, and daunted by the task of giving birth yet again, cursed the child in her womb, proclaiming it would be the devil herself. Though born as a normal child, it quickly transformed, gaining a goat or horse's head, large bat wings, and a forked devil's tail. Kicking at the family and lashing out with its tail, it flew up the chimney and out into the night, disappearing into the Pine Barrens. Man, poor baby. Cursed to have a horse head. The Jersey Devil is one of the oldest cryptids in North American history, with sightings spanning back to the 1800s all the way to the origin of the myth in the late 1700s. It is said to move with incredible speed and is recognizable by its high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. Ginseng babies, roots said to scream like infants if dug up under the full moon. Like mandrakes in the Harry Potter movie? It's safe to say life was hard in the South after the Civil War. The land and its people had been ravaged by conflict, and many turned to unusual industries to get by. So it's wild we have a relative with that name. I'm devoted to the theory that we're just related to a president, but others have said it's likely the Scarlets were friends with him, or just envied him. Okay, I'll move on from Andrew Jackson Scarlet. No, it's fine. I feel like I could be going into the lore forever. One such industry was that of ginseng diggers, or sand diggers, as they were colloquially known, who eked out a meager living for themselves by digging up and selling wild American ginseng. Myths surrounding sand diggers were plentiful, but most prominent among them was of the ginseng baby. It is said that if you dig up a ginseng root on the night of the new moon, it will cry like an infant and leave blood in the earth when it's torn free. I'm talking over cryptids, okay, fair. The parallels to European mandrake myths are clear, but it can be assumed this myth arose from cross-pollination from European immigrants. Oh, so it is related to mandrakes. But perhaps on the night of the new moon, you should go out and dig up a ginseng root, see if it cries and check the earth for its blood. Or maybe not do that. For it could be that the myth spread not through legends passed down through immigrant families, but from the unsettling experiences of these Appalachian foragers. The Bell Witch, a particularly violent haunting in Tennessee. One of the most famous hauntings in North American history, the Bell Witch was a strange entity that plagued the citizens of the Red River region of Tennessee in the early 1800s. Oh, look at her. Many strange phenomena have been attributed to the witch through the years, but the most famous was the haunting of the Bell family. It started out as a fairly typical haunting, with unnatural sounds echoing throughout the house after sundown, and the appearance of a strange mammal that no one could identify or capture. Unlike other hauntings, though, these acts quickly escalated to attacks on the family, and in particular the daughter, Elizabeth Bell. She was constantly covered in bruises from the spirit's abuse. The spirit could frequently be heard speaking through the walls, its disembodied voice mocking the family and any visitors, and it eventually escalated into giving full-blown hallucinations to those dwelling in the Bell house. Though this haunting ended in the early 1800s, its activity continued in the region for many decades. It could be that the entity known as the Bell Witch may still dwell in the Red River region to this day. Hopkinsville's goblins, small silvery creatures that besieged a farm in Kentucky. Wait, why is it kind of cute though? The Hopkinsville's goblins case was a supposed close encounter with extraterrestrials in the 1950s near Hopkinsville, Kentucky. During the incident, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at the local police station claiming that a group of small chrome creatures had besieged their farmhouse for hours. When police arrived on the scene, they found bullet holes and spent shells, but little else in the way of evidence. Skeptics suggest the family had simply misidentified a group of great horned owls. Even so, the incident remains one of the most thoroughly corroborated and documented cases of extraterrestrial contact. Okay, so we're done with the book smart ones. Wampus cat, large cat-like creature with a loud howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. I love the illustrations. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some say that the Wampus cat has originated with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Penny is chasing her tail. Cute! Others say that the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rite, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Oh no, they turned her into a furry. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning for anyone who dares go against tradition. Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of the mine and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Tailipo, a small creature with long tail and wide yellow eyes. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess it'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Tailipo." Oh, a high hoarse voice? "I want my Tailipo," it croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in the darkness, the sound of long claws digging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Tailipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Tailipo." Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and the cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. 10 out of 10 storytelling. Thank you, I try. I'm done here. You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Read every entry in all 4 books in the library. I am the lore master. All right, if we're going with what Kanika's mum told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Look at our state. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Hi, Pixel! I get to talk to Pixel. Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. "Oh, hey, Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find." "Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been?" "Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff?" "Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats." "Oh, yeah, snack time. Crunch, crunch." Oh my god. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. "Oh yeah, snack time." "Hey Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods?" "I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now my house got haunted." "Wait, your house is haunted?" "What?" "Hey, how'd you know?" It just reminded me of the stray that's been coming around. I heard that in Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic's voice in my head. That is a great headcanon voice for Pixel. "Tell me about your stray demon." "What?" Pixel told me. Tazzy is either psychic or she can talk to animals. It's a long story. No comment. We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritchies. Gonna send pics in Discord, thank you. Except sometimes there's too much scritchies. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? I explain noises, object appearing in strange and unfamiliar places. Oh, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Oh, nothing like that, sorry. And the floor in Rosalina's bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Wait, you've seen a full body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, how many times have you gone on ghost hunts and been tricked by shadows? You know what it's going to be. But what if it's an actual ghost? It's worth looking into. You're more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky floorboards. Why do you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? Why? Don't you mind your own business? Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. I love Pixel. I would die for Pixel. I've said about all the animals, but they're so good. All right, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Oh my god, there's so much to talk about. Let's talk about historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Kanika is not a fan. Oh my god, you read that? That book was assigned as punishment if we misbehaved in school. It's an excellent sleep aid. NyQuil and melatonin have nothing on historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Rumor has it that nobody has read it from cover to cover. You guys are missing out. That's one of my favorite books here. Such a rich history. Guess we're just kindred spirits, Tazzy. That the look that he gave me is like, sorry, I romanced you in the last one. We gotta let someone else have a town. Stella, when were you gonna tell me that the mayor is a dog? Darn, I was hoping it would be a surprise. Scarlet Hollow hasn't had a human mayor since the 1920s. Yeah, if you're hoping the mayor might be able to help us out here, you're out of luck. I'm afraid it's true. Mayor Jimmy is a rascal and not to be trusted. Now hold up, Kanika. Can't Tazzy talk to animals? Maybe she can get the mayor to help. Stella, how would that even work? Not like we can just tell people the mayor told Tazzy to listen to them. I can't believe I'm even talking about this. You're right, though. You're right. Back to our mayorless drawing board. What happened to the estate? At some point, the hill it was built on started falling apart. I think it's pretty stable at this point, though. I doubt it. Is it? Stella, you've seen the place. And half of it is still mostly okay. Why don't people go to church here? We've just never really had a good pastor around this part. It's not as long as I've been around, at least. Okay, I'm gonna check the Discord. I need to see the cats. Little buddy's been carrying my house. Oh my god. He's beautiful. Oh, he looks like my Jenny. Wait, is he out in the snow? Let him in. I'm not really much of a church person anyway, so where's the time? The building gives us weird vibes too, and not in the fun, haunted way. Even the hospital here is named after my family. I know it's in the name, but calling it a hospital is generous. Right now, it's a one-woman medical clinic. If any serious emergencies happen these days, we've got to call an ambulance from out of town. I already have 2 cats. 3 cats isn't that much of a step up. I think you've been chosen. That's where Reese and his mum live. She's a town doctor, though these days she doesn't really see a lot of patients. The Tremaine homestead seems like the only thing here that doesn't have the Scarlet name stamped on it. Yeah, I think they've been around these parts even longer than your family, though they're the Tremaines and the Calloways now. Jack is staring at him in the background of one picture. Oh, let me double check. I want to see. I see! The cat's like, why is this stranger on my porch? Begone! Adorable. They literally split their farmhouse in half over that schism. Duke, rest his soul, one of the last 2 Calloways left. I guess it's just down to Bo now. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. But the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. A union-busting mine collapse from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what that sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learned about the collapse of 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be what the Ditchlings are warning us about, another collapse. Writing it down on the list of potential disasters? Yee, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labour market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? Right? I don't think. I know. No, I don't think so. Phew, had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. Yeah, history tends to be written by winners. Maybe there's more to Charles Shaw's story. We know there is. And these dusty old books are letting on. Normally, I'd be inclined to agree with you there, but we're talking about an old-timey coal boss. I'd be shocked if he wasn't cutting corners. Tassie does make a fair point. Shaw was certainly a problematic figure, but there might be other details that were lost to time. Sure, but the guy was run out of town on a rail. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. He got off easy if you ask me. What happened after? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still doesn't let the union in though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. And I'm not sure the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. Yeah, that's fair. They're bound to be relevant in some way. Hard to argue against that, but that doesn't really give us much to go on. And just because something seems obvious doesn't necessarily mean it's right or relevant. Okay, let's do these. Talk about Scarlet Silas. What a revisionist biography. Really glosses over all the war crimes to paint a picture of a self-made man. It's a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. Sorry you're related to him. He seems like a terrible person, but I don't think what that has to do with the bad omens or creatures in the woods. I agree, we're talking about ancient history here. Yeah, we probably have better leads. Never hurts to have historical context. Appalachian folk monsters? There's a lot of options here. Goblins were silvery, small, and traveled in a pack. There's lots of similarities to ditchlings there. Those are 100% confirmed aliens, though. Unless the Hopkinsville goblins, which is a couple of hours some drunk farmers saw at 3 a.m. They're not aliens, and before you say it, no, ditchlings aren't aliens either. All I'm saying is the precedent for this physical description is a starting point. Fair enough. The Wampus cats kind of sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. definitely. They are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Why is mountain lions her whole... Why is this her hill to die on? Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. For the Misera... Wait, sorry, which bit are you saying what to? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those woods when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, then I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Yeah, there are some striking similarities between Mothman and Ditchlings. The Omen thing. Both of them are portents of doom. Mothman, love that guy. There's a whole subgenre of cryptids that serve as bad omens, but the disaster angle is definitely a clear connection. Maybe Mothman is what happens when a ditchling is all grown up. But they're already reproducing. And they don't have wings, and they're pale and blobby. Huh, they have a certain caterpillar vibe, don't they? Why am I even engaging with you on this? Portents of doom aren't real. I misremembered. I thought Kanika had a theory about ditchlings being aliens, so I was like, the fuck you mean? But no, her theory is disease monkeys. Oh, okay. Where is this Jersey Devil even in this book? The Pine Barrens are specifically not in Appalachia. Because he's cool? The Jersey Devil is like the granddaddy of North American cryptids, and it's kind of close to Appalachia. Back when I was a kid, I always wanted one as a pet. Isn't that like a whole ass guy? You can't keep a person as a pet. So that beast would tear you to shreds. I'm all the pet you need. Wonder if there are any parallels between the Bell Witch and whatever is haunting Oscar's house. That's a thought. We can circle back on that tomorrow. Please, for my own sanity, let's just stay focused on the one paranormal incident, which is why we're circling back on it tomorrow. I've never heard of jinxing babies. Oh yeah, that myth is pretty buried. The author managed to unearth it for this book. Get it? But seriously, whoever wrote this book definitely stressed things out so they could include some of their favorite stuff, like how the Jersey Devil is in it. Have you seen what ginseng roots look like though? Creepy stuff. Creepy, but incapable of screaming. Yeah, that's one of the things even I don't buy into. My mum used to tell me the Taily Po story. When I was little, I can't believe I got that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. This old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Taily Po. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Taily Po. I've camped out there a couple of times and I've seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after the wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Why would Wayne be a Tommyknocker? Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? Oh, the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm curious if the ginseng thing is going to be important with the whole gardener ditchling thing. Oh, that's a good point. I'll keep that in mind when the rest of the game comes out. I'm going to write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Okay, let's move on. What were you saying about nuclear incidents? You're talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government... I'm sorry, I can't get over this. whole pose is going. Why is he so sultry? At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right, it's conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something to dig up? Because if so, I am your gal. Goldsboro is over 300 miles from here. I don't think we have to be worried about that. Yeah, that's fair. It wouldn't make sense for ditchlings to be here specifically if that was the case too. We also really shouldn't be looking too much into the whole disaster angle. Whatever these creatures are, they're biological. You never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? That creep who keeps coming around my mum's tea room. He snuck up on us last night and called Tazzy by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe he's sick. Maybe that has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. Okay, so the minds are the obvious common thread here. Between everything we've researched, between Wayne, the old collapse, the fact that the whole town's practically been built around them, they're the smartest place to start our investigation. A good idea. There's an awful lot of mines-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around and find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise Neeks we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hey, can I give you a hint for something big you can do? Absolutely. Go ahead. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Alright, but let's try and stay under the radar. I'm already in the hot enough water with Tabitha at it as is. That sounds like a good idea. Be super sneaky, I promise. I can even keep lookout. Look at us, going out on a caper together. I've missed this. I miss it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? No, I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. Get as close as you can to Tabitha, like every opportunity to talk or hang out with her, be on her side. Okay. I mean, I've been trying to do that on my main one, but I do like Tabitha. That's a good idea. If he decided to meet Tazzy, maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if you run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Reese's home stands on the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Unlike several of the other entries in historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow, this one still looks mostly like it did in the book. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. So I'm trying to get you to do might have worked in your first run, but it didn't come up. Okay, well, I will keep that in mind. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Wait, I still have, is it something that I could do by reloading my first run? I've still got those saves. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. It's been so long since either of us have gotten a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Tassie would get along super well too. We're just going for a light walk and I've heard such great things about your son. I'm only in town for a few more days, so it'd be a shame if I didn't get the chance to meet him. Dr. Kelly looks you up and down and sighs. All right, you win. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and you all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. I'm sure he'll be happy to meet you too, Tassie. That'd be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? Maybe it's the ending of chapter 3. Oh, the ghost one. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I don't have a lot of... That sounds like it would take a while, but it feels like something that I want to experience. So put a pin in that. No, eggs are a little too much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine, you can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know, they have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Why, I never, the absolute gull. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. Hang on. She's got the bat belt. Have I not backseating or anything? At this point, no. If it was my first run, then it might be a little backseaty, but at this point, I am looking for new things. So you're just helping. God, that woman makes me so nervous. She used to be so nice when we were kids. Always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. But I'll still try it. So tell me what I should do in chapter 3. But I'm not doing chapter 3 today. It's getting a bit late. And we still have a lot to go in chapter 2. Either way, I guess it's the 3 of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take my shortcut then. Shouldn't take too long for me to get there. Welcome to tag along, Tassie. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. I am walking with Stella. Walk into the woods again. Walk with Stella to the mines. Yeah, I'll definitely wait. Just realized I should give an early heads up. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but feel that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I had fun last night, but it was also kind of an objectively horrible experience. I was a little worried you'd vanish into thin air or lock yourself in the estate, never to be heard from again. You can't help but get the feeling that Stella is holding something back. Is there something you want to say? You don't have to hold back around me. Yeah, thanks. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is that I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Yeah, I really like Kanika's belt. Always reminds me of Batman, so it's like goth plus geek, perfect for Kanika. Yeah, exactly. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I didn't drag you along into the woods. If only I did anything when everything went sideways. She didn't do anything wrong. I just wish she could understand that. She's such a good girl. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened, like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. Stella. Of course it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. You and Gretchen have gone into those woods at night dozens of times by yourself. And nothing like this has happened before. How could you have known? Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think they have a therapist in Scarlet Hollow. They desperately need one. Thanks, Dazzy. I think I needed to hear that. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. A bird! Let me at it, I can get it. Back off, dog. This is my stick. Wow, this is tonal whiplash. Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. It shouldn't be much farther. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Y'all have a good walk? One sec, I'm going to check the achievements again. If I can, spend some quality time with Tabitha. Steal from the general store. Donate to a local politician. Is Oscar's house really haunted? I don't know how I would get that. Go after us without letting Tabitha in on what's going on. And some quality time with Stella. There's a lot. Ghost hunting with the maximum number of participants. I'm going to need a guide for some of these. Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out on it or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. Don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah. I might have tried to sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. I love her face. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. I call dibs. I love to do a good sneak. You're going to do great. So the plan is, those cheesy old rom-coms where somebody wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance set up in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. Kaniki hand you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Aw, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey, can you hear us? Try saying something. You're loud and clear. Cool, same goes for you. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. Pass through the unlocked fence and into the property of the Scarlet Hollow mine. Let me just save. Well, let's go straight to the office. Oh wait, I'm in. All right, Morpheus, good to know. Well, you didn't say to hang out with Tabitha. Here's a chance. You make your way to the trailer in the middle of camp. Yeah, I'm about to hang up. This is funny. Hey guys, I'm gonna hang up real quick. I don't want Tabitha to think I'm spying on her. Yeah, I want to talk to your manager. Visit Tabitha's office during a clandestine investigation. I got an achievement for that. Hell yeah. You went to Tabitha's trailer and found her sitting at her desk, her head buried in her hands. What are you doing here? Stella and Kanika wanted me to snoop around the mines. Kanika, that woman's had it out for me since the day we met. I thought she and Stella stopped hanging out. Oh, they must have reunited specifically to torment me. And on this of all weeks. I mean, what do you mean they stopped hanging out? They're friends. Why would she think that? From now on, you do best to avoid both of them. Why exactly did they want you to break into my mind? We're trying to investigate some of the things that went down last night. We thought asking some of the miners might be a good place to start. And what, pray tell, are you investigating? What does that have to do with my men? Potential mine... I think that there might be a mine collapse soon. The creatures I saw last night are supposed to be some sort of portent of doom. I'm just doing whatever I can to keep people safe. Look, I really do. Stella has a knack for spinning people into hysterics over shadows. But the only credible threat to the mines right now is me not being able to do my job. Leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in. But if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so and I can swing back when I'm done and pick you up. Just don't go around bothering my men and don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. I'll see you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, you place Kanika's earbuds back in your ears and redial the group. Hey, is everything good? I think she's hiding something. That woman's hiding a lot of things, but if some of those things are related to what's happening in town... Oh, come on, Neeks. Cut Tassie some slack. Tabby's not that bad. She totally is, though. No use sticking around here. I really thought that there would be an option to, look at all these files. I am in the place with all the information. And I'm just gonna leave? You stop in your tracks, a shiver running up your spine as an unfortunately familiar voice calls out to you. Hi, Wayne. Yeah, let us snoop. That is what we're doing. Are those posters of Stella? Yeah, she's on the banned from the mines list. You shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous. Do you need help? It looks like you're hurt. So you aren't afraid of me? Good. Protect yourself before worrying over others, Tassie. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that, even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. But what's going to happen? Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Tassie, are you still there? We're just getting static from you. He's so romance novel coded. I think he likes it. Absolutely. I am going to date this man if it's the last thing I do. Don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? You said some real ominous shit to me. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety, that sort of thing. The hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I care about your safety. It just means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Tassie, we got you back. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What is she doing here? I'm going after her. Good idea. We'll try to catch up with you. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sound of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shore mine, that place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed 100 people. Over 100 people even. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. Have teens always been like this? I feel like I really missed out on my risk-taking years. I never did anything like this. Yeah, I would never. Okay, maybe I've put my head in there a few times. Well, let's get in there before someone gets hurt. Whoa, you sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Tassie and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. I love Gretchen. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the shore mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, all right? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. I don't think I don't think Tabitha likes us this run. I will happily wait. I do not want to go in there. I'm a minion. Good. Tabitha hangs up on you. You find a tree to lean against and wait for your cousin. Stella and Kanika will probably be fine without you. You stand outside the mines, anxiously eyeing the tree line, hoping not to glimpse any inhuman movements. Huh. You actually waited for me. I don't know what to say. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I have waited? Do I need to explain that to you? You haven't exactly been reliable since you've gotten here. Come on, let's get this over with. I don't like the thought of you walking around an abandoned coal mine, but I'd rather not leave you out here unattended. You should be safe enough with me there to guide the way. Tabitha huffs her way up to the mine entrance and disappears into the darkness. You follow her and enter the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected, the air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent into a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Do you know why the entrance of this place was boarded up? Because there was a collapse 100 years ago that killed a bunch of people? 168 people. A man named Charles Shaw decided it was okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. It almost ruined my family. A lucky few died instantaneously, but for most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crush injuries or burns or dehydration. It took a week to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. The few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. Why are you telling this to me before we go in? I can't say I blame them. I get it. It's dangerous down here. I'll be careful. Good. We don't want any more bodies to be buried down here. I've already got enough of those on my conscience. Tabitha's ruminations are interrupted by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Sounds like rocks shifting somewhere deeper in the mine, and we should be careful. Have you not been careful up until this point? Did I give you my whole tragedies of the past spiel for nothing? Come on, it came from this way. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. Take a deep breath and follow suit. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some real spooky stuff going on in town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. Yet we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever. It's me. What are you even doing here? Looks like we found our trespassers. I can't believe that you and Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. What's the deal with you and Kanika? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her aside from the fact that she's always hated me. You probably just got jealous that Stella and I started spending time together, but that was years ago, so who knows? Do you think you're exploiting your workers? I'm not trying to exploit anyone. I'm just doing the best I can. Not my fault that sometimes I have to make cuts. It's not my fault that some people just aren't cut out for the job. I've given up on on other people understanding me. It doesn't matter. Let's go. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageway gives way to a small cavern. Within, a group of teens engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approach. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left, so it's actually really safe and we can hang out here whenever we want. Wait, Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. Hey, Tassie. We thought we'd lost you out there. Did you run off to snitch to Tabitha? Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best. These kids are refusing to listen to us. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Kind of curious if Becca's dad is a miner we've met. Huh. Maybe. There's a lot of miners though, but it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, come on. This place is way sturdy. Check it out. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we heard earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. Can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Oh, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mind not a clear enough message for you? Oh yeah, Tabitha, tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you. I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Marcella can't possibly be sad with me around. How absolutely rude. These pups need to learn some manners. Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you had to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. Oh no, this is about your house being haunted, isn't it? No. What fresh hell is this? Oh my god, did my dad tell you that? Actually, Pixel told me. My cat? It's a long story. I don't know why I find that so funny. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Oscar actually invited us to check it out when we saw him earlier today. It could make for a fun, abandoned coal mine related activity, just throwing that out there. There's no girl, Stella. It would be cool if there was. Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he thinks I can't handle it. Like I'm still a little kid. I love Tabitha's expressions. She's so fun. Ugh, you're all children, and none of you even realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Okay, Tabitha. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know? I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? At this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. I've seen some real bad things in this town. Even if it isn't a ghost, doesn't mean Oscar's lying to you. Ugh, why are all the adults in this town such weirdos? There is no ghost. There are no such things as ghosts. Oscar is just lying. Yeah, what if we break in and ghost bust the place anyways, just to be sure? Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, if Rosalina lives there, she can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real, and if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There's no ghost. She says it's wild stuff. The passage of time is inescapable, and you children should be glad you're not working at my mind. Right? Just every now and then she says something absolutely unhinged, and I love it. I don't care. I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling in the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any one of the many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. I don't know why we came down here, but we gotta check it out. Well, I know this isn't why we came down here, but we gotta check it out. Stella! I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Come on, Tabby, you can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Nix. It will not. And the kids are gone. Wait a second, where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Well, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off. I'm like, I've been zoning out the entire time we've been here. Ugh. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella and her hips that don't lie. It's probably for the best, dear. Stella, stop sneaking into my minds. Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mind. Becca's head pops out from the tunnel's entrance. That face. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Tazzy. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Are you sure I can't leave? I know bad stuff is going to happen. Yeah, sure. I could never fit in that tunnel anyway. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks. I will happily escort these 2 knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. The puppy dog eyes. Literal puppy dog eyes. Tabitha sighs. Ugh, there is no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. I've heard a lot of stories about cave rescuers needing their own rescue. Should we get some professionals down here? Yeah, are we biting off more than we can chew? I am a professional. I'd also prefer to resolve this without word getting out if possible. Again, I don't want to deal with angry parents trying to sue me for their own negligence. Inspiring. Oh, don't worry, Tazzy, it'll be fun. And safe. I'm sure that's exactly what you told her last night, and we all know how that ended. Oh, that is too far, Tabitha. No. All right, let's do this. Sure. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Excuse me, I'm a formidable and self-sufficient monster hunting companion. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. I'll see you on the other side. Hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mine, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. But Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, like, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Oh, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. The thick little, that grin. Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know they just changed, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. No, that's just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. That sounds just the active mind echoing through the walls, right? Nah, it's Tommyknockers. I'm sure of it. It's not Tommyknockers. That being said, it's also definitely not the active mind. We use a machine these days, and it sounds nothing like that. Probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. I'm getting closer. Let's keep moving. Oh, no thank you. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-dark corridors. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be too hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Let me take the options. Is there like a... Does this line mean on or off? Like, it's getting kind of late and I kind of want to like skip to the stuff that we haven't seen, but I don't... I don't know what it means. All right, let's do this. Stella hoists herself up over the edge and begins to climb down. You walk to the ladder and climb down. Pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure. I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca! Yep, they're close, all right. Good thing they're so damn loud. Sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You just like rapidly click to get through everything. Yeah, but I don't know. What? I wouldn't know when to stop. I don't remember exactly what the like what I haven't seen. Definitely need to perceive and be perceived. You alright, Tazzy? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin drives toward you. I'll Google it between streams. Ugh. Tazzy, you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. Look, I had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh, you can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Now if you move a muscle, I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. You fade back out of consciousness. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the vision, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becky, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe Alexis talked me into inviting you in the first place. Hey, good night, Mark. Sleep well. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? We should wait for Stella. She went to go get help. Nah, forget about her. Forget about the teens. We're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is to not be buried alive ourselves. Okay, let's leave this time. Cutting your losses, leave Becca and Alexis behind. You reach towards Rosalina. Your dad wouldn't want you to die down here, Rosalina. What about their parents? They wouldn't want Becca and Alexis to die like this. They already crossed that bridge. You can cross it too if you want. I don't care. This is horrible. Rosalina hesitates for a moment. Alexis, Becca, the way out is this way. If you just follow my voice, you'll be able to make it out. Okay, let's go. She grabs your hand and the two of you start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. Good Lord, are we going for the worst possible ends this run? Well, there's no way to get good ends in this run, and I'm sort of achievement hunting, so yes? Becca, Alexis, can you still hear me? Yeah, we're on hard mode. The knocking drowns out Rosalina's desperate shouts as the three of you crawl closer and closer to the entrance. I'm so sorry I left you guys. It's deafening now, as if someone were trying to break through the walls with fists of iron. You continue to push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace, the entrance is so close. I'm so sorry. Push through. And there it is. Freedom. Rosalina still has her leg? Hey, the dog's alive, so it's not that bad yet. Exactly. The three of you manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Alexis. Do you think the other two... Maybe they got out? It's possible, right? Maybe there's another entrance or something. Or maybe they're still alive in there? Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Rosalina, are you okay? Your dad's on his way. He should be here any minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going back to camp. I'll be back with some men. And they can start digging. I'll call Earl. This is, oh my God, the shock blanket. Takes a bit of time, but eventually Tabitha arrives with men and a machine to start digging through the rubble. You, Stella, and Kaniga are afforded a quiet moment to yourselves as the others get to work. Do you think they're okay? There were survivors in the last collapse. Oh. Yeah, sorry. At least Rosalina's safe. Thank God. If you and Tabby didn't pull Rosalina out when you did, you all might have wound up buried down there. I think you did the right thing. What happens now? Hey guys, I don't think she's quite ready to talk just yet. What happened down there? She hates me in my car. How does that happen? Do tell. Have you met the kids Rosalina hangs out with? Yeah, Rosalina's lived here since she was 2, so she basically grew up with them. They're a little older than her, and yeah, they get into some trouble, but I didn't think they were bad kids or anything, especially that Alexis. Gosh, that poor girl. Always acted like a dog somebody had kicked. And now she's in there. It's not right. It's gonna be okay, Oscar. None of them deserve this. It's not fair that such bad things can happen to kids so young. It's not fair. She's okay, Oscar. I made sure of that. This plus leave the ghost and Tabby wasn't with me to take some of the blame. Oh, right. That would do it, huh? Thank you, Tazzy. I just wish I could have kept her from going in there in the first place. If I've just paid closer attention to her, maybe none of this would have happened and those kids wouldn't be down there. I can't help but feel like it was my responsibility to prevent this, and I blew it. Teens are reckless. There's only so much you can do, and the shorter the leash, the worse the relationship. Don't blame yourself for choices someone else made. As a former reckless teen myself and a current reckless adult, yeah, she's right. I guess that's true. I tried to let Rosalina make her own mistakes and learn from them. But that's for staying up late or going too fast on her skateboard, not this. Rosalina made it out of there because she stood up for yourself. You should be proud. She's a good kid, Oscar. Thanks. I think she was trying to get away from that whole haunted house situation. You have to understand that I'm not making it up. There's something in that house. We believe you, Oscar. I couldn't let it hurt her, and since I didn't know how to get rid of it, I set up a back room at the library for us, just until I could figure out how to fix things. I know she hates it, but I thought it would be better for her. Instead, I just drove her away, staying with friends, not checking in, and now this. It's all because of that house. And because of me. Because I haven't been able to fix this. I just wish you could understand. You don't have to be alone in this. We can help. Yeah, we'll totally help you get rid of your ghosts. Or more likely, we'll figure out what non-ghost thing it actually is. Either way, though, we're here for you. Thanks, you guys. That really means a lot. I shouldn't have kept this to myself, but I was so afraid of seeming ridiculous. Dad. Oh, that 1,000-yard stare. You must be so mad at me. Oh, Rosa, no, of course I'm not mad at you. Do you think that maybe they got out? Maybe there's another exit somewhere. Rosalina, I should have pushed back harder. I knew the way out. I should have made them come with me. I just don't want them to be dead. I'm so sorry, Dad. You don't have to be sorry. You're alive and you're safe. We couldn't have gone back for them, right? We wouldn't have made it out if we went back. We did what we had to do. There just wasn't enough time. I know how hard this is, but sometimes people have to make difficult decisions. It's just not fair. Why me and not them? I know how difficult this is, and you can be upset for as long as you need to be, Rosa. I think the best thing you can do for your friends right now until we get them out of there is to enjoy the life you have. I know I haven't made that easy for you. I know you've been frustrated with the choices I've made. But I'm going to do what it takes to move us back into our house. We're going to have a good life again, Rosa. I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. I'm sorry this is what it took. Dad, we're on the case. We'll be okay. I promise. I'm going to take her home. I guess we'll see the three of you tomorrow. And thank you, Tazzy. You have no idea how much I appreciate what you did for Rosalina. As Oscar and Rosalina leave, your cousin exhaustedly saunters over to you. All right, Tazzy, my men are set up to start digging. Let's go home and get some rest. Now, hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss, in private? Okay, fine, just make it quick, and don't you dare try pull anything on her. She did nothing wrong here. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. Don't you need to talk to us? We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. What a coincidence running into you 2 nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson. I remember you from that little puking incident in the diner yesterday. Apologies for my absence last night. It was my special bowling night, you see. Man has to have his me time. But I was briefed on the events of last night, even though we're still not sure if what went on could be considered a crime. Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip. Seriously? Wouldn't be the first time he's done something like that. I was told the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working, so no way to confirm until we track him down. Now, I understand both of these were terrible, unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in the area, but as officers of the law, you have to understand that we get a little suspicious when we see the same face multiple times in a row. And, we have to ask, what exactly were these teenagers doing in a shuttered mine owned by your family, and why were you down there with them? You gotta understand where we're coming from. 2 kids, 15 and 14, are buried alive down there, and maybe they're dead. And you were on the premises. Whether or not that was merely coincidence remains to be seen, but we've got to do our due diligence here. I know my rights. We were chaperoning them. We knew they were looking for trouble, and we figured if we were there, we could help them avoid the most of it. Oh, sure. Good to watch out for younger folks. Could have kept them out of the mines, though, if you're supposed to be looking after them. Dude! The teens can be difficult, I understand. I'm a father of 2 teen girls myself. The things they get away with. All this to say, from here on out, Tazzy, you should do your best to stay out of trouble. No more isolated trails in the woods or abandoned mines, you hear? It's asking for trouble. I'd suggest you try to have an uneventful week. The only place I want to see your face again is the funeral on Sunday. God rest Pearl Ann. God rest her. Alrighty then, have a good one. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The 2 officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. I just can't believe 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Neeks? There's more teens in town than just the mine gang? Apparently. Yeah, like, where? Stella, no, this is all just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault. Okay, guess the cops are done with you? Or are they going to take you in for being present in an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know? Always blame everything on drifters, even acts of God, I guess. Excellent. You didn't get arrested. Now, come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Tassie? Please stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. How are you holding up? Poorly, but I'd really rather we didn't get into this. Didn't get into it. Do you think they're okay? We won't know for days at the earliest. Their parents should have kept tighter reins on them. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. Ugh, what am I telling you this for? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you, and about Pearl Ann for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. You're right, there are a lot of adults who should have done a better job tonight. Specifically the police. Exactly. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly there are some parents who aren't ready. Take the librarian. Oh man, she is really passionate about this. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive, and here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do just whatever the hell she wants. Man, like that line, it really feels loaded. It's not fair. And that one too. Yeah, I picked this last time, but Street Smart seems to have picked up on it. What I picked up on the first. Sorry, I'm drained. Do you want kids? It seemed like that struck a nerve. Lots of people want kids. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. Once again, cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you as undertones of mildew and wood rot. Almost done. Yep, then I can have dinner, recharge my batteries. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. Absolutely. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. And for waiting for me. I appreciated it. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. Head up to her room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the shore mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Yep, that's them. Yeah, I really like her. Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. WTF, these things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids dripping down over your eyes even if you stare down at the ominous pictures even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread boiling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, your thoughts drift to Alexis and Becca, terrified and alone, if not already dead. Why did they have to show us this? Why is this illustrated? This was a choice. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. I was really worried that Frou wouldn't join me in bed tonight because I did piss her off and she bit me. Don't read into this. The woman kicked me out. Just want a warm place to sleep. Tabby, why did you kick out Frou? It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Frou. Frou was probably biting her. Now do an animal friend run where you're nice to Frou. I have been nice to Frou. I just asked her too many questions. I got excited I could talk to animals and I asked her everything and she got sick of me. The Whimsical Tree Adventure, Stealing Your Grandma's Credit Card, and Jane Goodall. And no. We got 4 achievements for that. Hang on. Oh yeah, because we have 3 trades. Got it. Okay. That's us done for today, and I need to not talk for the rest of the night because I just talked for nearly 4 hours and it's getting to me. Oh, hang on. There we go. Let's find someone to raid into. Thank you for the head pat, Damon. No, thank you for the stream. Sorry for making you talk so long. No, I enjoyed it immensely, but I do have to take care of myself. Let's see, who have we got? Oh, there's one other person playing this game. Oh, by the looks of it, they just got the ending that we did. They left Alexis and Becca in the cave and they're talking about it. So, hey, that seems like a good sign to raid in. All right, so thank you everyone who came. I will have a big drink. Let's see, my next stream, let's pull out the schedule. Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, so before Thursday, I have to do a lot of grinding in Kingdom Hearts 3. I need so many levels. So hopefully I get that done before Thursday, or the first bit of the stream is just going to be boring grinding. Oh, thank you so much, Ajax Year, I guess. Thank you for... Oh, wait a sec. Let me check something. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's 500. That was my goal for this year. I hit 500. Yay! Thank you so much. Oh, giddy now. Okay, I'll start the raid now. But thank you, everyone. Man, I've had such a good day. Thank you, everyone. I was feeling a little rough before stream, but I'm so happy, even though, you know, horrible stuff happened in the stream. But regardless, okay. See you next time. Bye-bye.